It's me, Matt Stone. Today we've ventured out of the city and we're on our way to do the Golden Circle Tour. It's basically a road that circles around the southwest of the country, and it's got a lot of the major attractions, a few of the places we're going to go see today. And we've just stopped off at this lovely little park to have a go at flying the drone. And it did okay. It's a little bit too windy maybe, but we are a bit exposed here, so hopefully as we get further inland there might be a little less wind and we might get some really good drone shots. So we'll be going to about 4 or 5 different places today. You may recognise some of them if you've been looking at anything to do with Iceland. And yeah, hopefully the focus is sorted today, because the video yesterday was very blurry, so I apologise about that. I think it's because I was holding the camera too far away from my face, so unfortunately the downside is you get to look at this up close. But yeah, it's should be a good day, so let's go.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrixels and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
To the Thingvellir National Park. We are currently well, in the middle of nowhere. We're currently next to a small ice lake, which you can see behind me over there, and it's beautiful. It really is. It's not too windy, which is nice. First time stepping in some very deep snow there, which is also makes a change, because so far it's been ice everywhere. But now we're out in the country, we've encountered proper snow. We've arrived at Thingvellir National Park, and in case you're wondering what Thingvellir National Park is, it's a place where the 2 tectonic plates go across the Atlantic Ocean meet. And we are currently walking through one of the fissures in between the plates, which is a little bit daunting, because tectonic plates both pull apart and close together. However, we've been assured that these tectonic plates are effectively pulling themselves apart at the moment, so they're getting further and further apart each year. I'm sure I read somewhere that every year they separate by a further inch. It could be more than that. I'll put a correction on the comments in the description if that's the case. But the scenery surrounding the national park, as everything has been so far in Iceland, is just stunning. So I will switch to some nice wide panning shots in a minute, before we continue our journey along the Golden Circle. It's like some kind of scene out of Game of Thrones. Just waiting for the wildlings to attack now. Game of Thrones reference. Right, so we're now on our way back to the car. So this is one of six major sites to see today?
No, one of three.
Ah, one of three. Typical man, exaggerating everything. Yeah, so we've got, what stuff have we got to see next then?
The geysers.
So we're going to see the geysers. Geysers.
The waterfall begins with G.
And Gullfoss, which is a huge kind of Niagara Falls scale sized waterfall. Well, it's not as big as Niagara Falls, but it's pretty spectacular. And ooh, the sun's come out. And then we drive back to the city, and hopefully this evening we're going to be able to go on a Northern Lights tour, because the cloud has cleared a lot. It's nowhere near as cloudy as it's been the last 2 nights, and there's hopefully an increase in solar activity, which will hopefully mean we'll get to see the Northern Lights. If we don't, then just more of a reason to return. We've arrived at Gullfoss, and we're just walking down the trail now, and the sun is setting, so we're hoping to have time to go to Geysir before we finish for the day and head back to the city. And it's lovely, the wind's really died off. It's sideways, I'll say that. And so yeah, we just coming around the corner, should see the waterfall in a second. Okay, I just had to show you guys this because I don't think I've seen this anywhere else in the world. I mean, I haven't been to many places outside of the sort of Atlantic basin, but when have you ever seen card machines on a toilet? So this is a WC, or a toilet, or a washroom, whatever you want to call it, and it has a card machine because Iceland is a very card-centric society. All of the guidebooks, all the people we know that have been here have said don't bother getting any cash because you won't need it. We did get a little bit of cash, about 50 quid's worth from the airport when we flew out, but so far we're 3 days in and I feel like we're gonna have to transfer that back into our native currency. Card machine on a toilet, amazing. Hello again. We've arrived at Geysir. That's its actual name, literally meaning geyser. And you can probably see behind me lots of steam and coming out of the ground. There's water flowing everywhere, and we're just on our way up. We've got a short, sort of quarter-of-a-mile hike to the main geyser, but there's also another one called Little Geysir. Or Diane maybe just made that up, I'm not sure if that's its actual name. Yeah, despite how light it appears in the video, it's pretty dark now. This camera does a really good job of lighting up, and wearing sunglasses is making it difficult to actually see what I'm stepping on because the ground's a little bit uneven. So if I suddenly trip and go flying and destroy this camera, I apologise. But we're now coming through the main entrance into the Geysir Park. And Diane's getting excited because in the background, maybe you can quite see that,
It's amazing, isn't it?